So to start this video out, I'm gonna need to take a second because I can't believe this is actually happening. I didn't even think I was gonna be able to get a hold of these pencils, let alone make a video. So right now I'm a little awestruck that they're here in the I can't even talk, I'm in such disbelief. The whole entire time that I've been doing YouTube, nothing has been as difficult than getting these pencils. Originally, I ordered these pencils May 25th, 2021. I paid $166 from a seller who had very good ratings, and a few days later, they canceled it. But that's okay, you know, stuff happens, I understand. So I decided to order it again from another seller who said they had it available. I bought it the same day that my first order was canceled, May 25th. Again, just like the first one, the seller had very high ratings. They said they had the item in stock. June 15th, I got a tracking number, which I was very excited about because I knew the package was gonna be coming in very soon, right? Well, fast forward to the estimated delivery day, it never showed up. And just like the first person, he refunds me. At this point, I'm a little annoyed, but that's okay. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of other sellers who are also selling these pencils. So on January 28th, I ordered from another seller. And lo and behold, the next day, the seller messaged me back and was like, hey, not only do I have to special order them, but they're also on back order for a whole entire month. So for the third time, the seller once again canceled my order. Fast forward, at this point, it is now the 4th of July. At 10:26 p.m., I decided to order from one more seller. And when I tell you that I compulsively checked the tracking number to make sure it didn't disappear like the second time, I tracked that little guy all day, every day. And finally yesterday, after 91 days of struggling and waiting and getting sad and disappointed, the post office finally dropped it off and now it's here. And throughout this video, I'm gonna explain what makes these pencils so special, why they cost so much, why they were on back order, who designed them, everything I can about these pencils, because supposedly these are some of the best wooded pencils that you'll ever be able to find. And speaking of seeing how things will unfold, today's video is proudly brought to you by June's Journey. June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game. It's set in one of my personal favorite fashion periods, the 1920s. You'll play as the main protagonist June as she looks for clues to solve the mysterious death of her sister. The game itself is lightly challenging. It puts your observation skills to the test. When I play, I still find it very relaxing and chill. The visuals of the game are nice. It's a beautifully designed game. And all of that is nicely wrapped up into a murder mystery. June's Journey is free to download. It's on iOS, Android. It's even on desktop through Amazon and Facebook if that's more your vibe. If you're interested in this game and it sounds like something that's up your alley, you can download June's Journey for free through the link down in the description box down below. Thank you, June's Journey, for sponsoring me, even though I already played. Y'all are the real ones. And with that being said, let's unbox. Now, in order for you to fully understand what you're about to see, we need to talk about Shegeki Miyamoto because he is kind of a big deal. He is Japan's first furniture designer. He's also known for his methods of furniture restoration. He teaches upcoming designers in Japan. And as far as his craftsmanship goes, it's absolutely known worldwide. His designs, his furniture, they're not looked at as furniture pieces. They're looked at as sculpture, as art, as design, as a piece. He is so legendary as far as like the chair designing world goes. He literally has the title, the God of Chairs. He only uses a certain selection of wood from all over the world that he hand inspects because not just any wood is good enough for his creations. And over the years of him collecting these very specific forms of wood, he ended up with a scrap pile of just like really nice pure wood that he wasn't too sure what to do with. So he designed his own Gallery Shegeki wooden pencils. As expected, if you're gonna buy a specialty pencil, it's gonna come with a specialty price. The exact price of these pencils was $154.01. Just to give you an idea of how expensive that really is, you can go to Walmart and get like a 10 pack of pencils for only $1. So the price of these pencils is absolutely astronomical, but it's gonna make more sense when you consider these more like an art piece rather than like a functional tool. So now that you know, let's go ahead and finally, after 91 days, let's unbox this bad boy. So it also includes a pamphlet with all kinds of information on the pencils, and most of it seems to be in Japanese, but since I know a little bit about these pencils, we'll go over the pamphlet in a bit. The first thing that I really like about this pencils is that even though they're very expensive, the packaging still seems to be very minimalistic and maybe even borderline environmentally friendly. It appears to be made out of recycled cardboard, which I think is really cool because the pencils are made out of recycled wood. I really like how they put a lot of thought into the packaging. It's incredibly minimalistic, just like the chairs that he builds. All the colors on this packaging all matches together. I love this little owl. I'm assuming that's like their mascot or logo. The sticker appears to be hand placed carefully, because you know sometimes when you get stuff and it has like stickers on it, the stickers are just kind of slapped on. Not this sticker. This sticker is absolutely perfectly placed, which is very nice. Wow, these pencils are absolutely incredible. Oh my God. First thing that you're gonna notice about these pencils is that they fit 100% perfectly inside of the casing. There's absolutely zero marks from where they measured it. This wood has been brushed out and polished to an absolute T. Back in my college years, I had to take a woodworking class, and that shit is not easy to do. When it comes to solid blocks of wood like this, if you just even make like the slightest little dent, it'll mess up the whole entire thing. So the fact that this wood is like perfectly smooth and symmetrical and has literally no imperfections is incredible to see. And by the way, this holder, it's one singular piece. So if you lift it up from the bottom, you can definitely see how they had to come inside with a tool and smooth it all out from the inside in here. In fact, this wood is so incredibly shiny and polished so well that on the monitor, it doesn't even look like wood. It kind of looks like a copper metal or something. And something insanely cool about these pencils is that each one of the pencils is one of the 10 wood types that he uses with his furniture. They include Japanese Cypress, which is a very light beige, Japanese Red Birch, Walnut wood from North America, Oak from Japan, Rosewood from India, which is an incredibly dark brown, Mahogany from Brazil, African Padauk. This one is kind of like a brown blood red. Nara from the Philippines. It kind of reminds me of like a natural version of General's charcoal. Like they got the same kind of vibe going on. We have teak from Thailand. And lastly, we have Japanese Zelkova. Adding in the tree names and where they're originally from, I think that's a really nice personal touch. And it kind of makes me feel worldly. The pencils do have additional wording on them, and unfortunately I don't speak Japanese, so I can't translate for you guys. But let me download Google Translate and we'll find out. Oh, okay. According to Google Translate, these numbers that are located on the barrel of the pencil. I almost had a heart attack for a second. Oh my God. Because I looked at the pencil and I didn't see any lead in them, and I almost passed out thinking, oh my God, did I just buy a hunk of wood with no pencils? According to Google Translate, the numbers that are located on the pencil, that's how dense each individual wood is. So for example, oh, you can feel the difference. So for example, this Japanese cypress, it only has a density of 0.43. And the rosewood from India, this one has a specific weight of 0.95. I'm trying to film as much as I can, but I just can't stop rubbing this piece of wood. Now, as if all the fine details weren't amazing enough, this little detail is just like that little cherry on top. And that's the little nook inside of this case. At first when I saw this, I was like, what is the point? It's literally just like a hole inside the wood. What does it do? But, oh, this is so good. This little nook right here is extra space to allot your fingers. Instead of having to dig for them like this, that little divot makes it super easy because you press in there, it kind of comes out, and then boom. The thought that went into these pencils is just so incredibly satisfying, my God. In the pamphlet, it talks about Shegeki Miyamoto. It also mentions his business partner, who is actually the one who picks out the wood. It mentions when these pencils were created, which was the 1990s. Also the exact same time I was created. On the inside of the pamphlet, it talks about the individual wood and their purposes. On the back side of the pamphlet, it mentions the type of wood that the case itself is, which, by the way, this type of wood, that microphone is gonna be the death of me. I'm telling you, I like to lean this way and it's right there. The type of wood that the case is made out of is called bird's eye maple from Japan. Now, one of the coolest aspects about these pencils, which I think is, again, just that as if there already wasn't like a bunch of other cherries on top, this one truly is gonna be another cherry on top. At this point, we're at like 5 cherries. Each individual pencil is made out of its own wood from a different continent. And supposedly, each one of these pencils has its own unique scent, because as you sharpen, you're basically shaving off completely brand new, untouched wood. Usually with pencils, it's made out of a bunch of plywood like this, so it's been treated, been compressed, but these pencils, that's not the case. This is one singular piece of wood. Let me clear my nostrils first, because I'm just one of those people who just can't smell anything. So first, let's start off with rosewood from India. I'm just like inhaling graphite right now. Oh my God! Oh my God, this smells just like a forest. Oh my God, what? That is so weird. Oh my gosh. I wonder if these little shards of wood, I wonder if they have a scent to them too. Not really. The only reason I was using the sharpener is because I thought the little pieces that came off sharpening, I thought they would have like a more intense smell. But since I know that's not really a big factor, I'm just gonna go ahead and start sharpening the rest of them. This one smells dramatically different. This one is African Padauk from New Guinea. This might sound really strange, but it kind of has like a woody barbecue smell. Why can I smell the earth on these pencils? What is going on? By the way, I really like the way this one looks. It's very red. Japanese Zelkova. This one doesn't really have much of a smell to it. Teakwood from Thailand. I bet this one's gonna smell amazing. If you've ever smelled any kind of men's cologne that has teak in it, or like any kind of candle, yeah, this smells exactly like that. I'm having like a meta moment right now where I'm like, this is my job. I'm just smelling pencils on the internet. North American Walnut. Yeah, this one smells like a principal's office. This one is Japanese Red Birch from Japan. Let's see what this one smells like. This one smells just like freshly cut grass. This is such a trippy experience right now. Nora from Philippines. This one smells kind of like a swampy wood, but you know what I mean, like wood that has like a slightly musty smell to it. Japanese Cypress, we'll see what this one smells like. Oh my God, this one smells so good. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that rosewood from India, it smells like a pine cone. This Japanese Cypress is the most fragrant one of all. It smells just like a full-on forest. Smell this pencil. Oh. Smell this pencil.
Oh,
yeah,
that smells nice.
It smells like a forest, huh?
It does, yes. Wow.
We have oak tree from Japan. It has a very weak scent of just like basic wood. And lastly, let's see what mahogany from Brazil smells like. I should not be smelling this much graphite, but yeah, I really can't smell anything from this. Usually when it comes to pencils, when it comes to graphite, there's usually not that much of a difference between like the highest grade quality and like something from Walmart, like this. All of these pencils are standard HB pencils, which means they're the exact same shade as all the other pencils that you've probably ever handled in your life. So I'm gonna test out the African Padauk from Guinea. Everybody take a second. This might be life-changing, probably not, but let's see. So these pencils are a little bit better quality graphite than just a Walmart one. The company definitely invested in some good quality graphite. Now let's try it compared to like a super cheap Dollar Tree pencil and see if there's a difference there. Okay. Right off the bat, they're very similar. In fact, to a trained eye, I don't think you would be able to tell much of a difference. However, there is one slight little difference, okay? These expensive pencils, they have way less filler than the cheap dollar one. Whenever you look at them from an angle, the Dollar Tree one is much more reflective and it has a lot more scratches in the paper from just like filler scratching the paper. While these pencils, my guy, they kind of look like a charcoal pencil. It's a lot more shiny, it's a lot more smooth, much more of the paper is peeking through the black spots. This applies more like a charcoal pencil, like a higher quality art tool rather than just Dollar Tree, you know? These pencils are absolutely not art pencils in any way, shape, or form. But since the inside is just a hunk of pure graphite, I have a theory that these pencils can handle being used for art. But I could be wrong. They could work just like literally every other pencil that I've ever used in my life. Plus it gives me an excuse to draw this beautiful marble sculpture from the 1920s. I truly don't know how these are gonna work, so let's see how that goes. Reason I'm like craving tater tots from my high school. Is that, and I've been out of high school for a long time, but for some reason I just really want to eat. So weird, I'm sorry. Final thoughts. I am absolutely in love with the design of these pencils. The smells, the wood, the little divot inside of the pencil case. Even the fact that it's made out of recycled cardboard and this is recycled wood. I mean, just every little detail about these pencils is incredible. But on the other hand, it's a pencil. Unless you're like myself in the very specific niche of pencil collecting, do I think you need these pencils? Absolutely not. But they do smell nice. If you like obscure art supplies, I have a whole entire playlist here of reviews. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe. It truly helps me succeed in YouTube. Again, thank you Journey's Journey for sponsoring this video. I encourage you guys to go check it out. It really is a cool game. And with that being said, I hope you have a good day and I will see you next video. Bye.